This is Snap Studio Pro. It turns your Unity 3D assets into polished 2D game art. Whether you're creating icons, animated sprites, character sheets, particle effects, or entire environment libraries, Snap gives you the tools to render them without ever leaving the Unity editor. It works across Unity's built-in render pipeline, URP and HDRP, so whichever render pipeline your project uses, the core workflow stays the same. A few features lean on URP or HDRP, and Snap tells you when. I built Snap to run full screen on purpose. It's a workspace, not a floating utility. Your prefabs are on the left, the live preview sits in the middle, and all the controls for whatever you're creating are over on the right. The tabs across the top are really the heart of the workflow. From left to right, they go from the simplest tools to the most advanced. Think of it as a pipeline. Capture a single sprite on the left, then move into animation, environments and shadows as your project grows. The two tabs on the far right are marked Expert. We'll get to those in a minute. Basic is where you'll probably spend most of your time. Pick a folder, choose a prefab. The lighting's already configured, then hit Export. If all you need is a clean sprite or icon, you'll probably never leave this tab. Advanced takes the same capture workflow, but with the lid completely off. You get full control over lighting, materials, post-processing, overlays, and batch exporting when you've got a whole folder of assets to process. Static sprite animation takes a single still prefab and gives it movement. Spin it on a turntable, add a gentle bob, create simple animated pickups or collectibles, all without needing a rig. Character animation is for animated prefabs with animation clips. It captures those into frame sequences, sprite sheets or GIFs, and can automatically generate directional sprites for characters facing multiple directions. Environment is designed for bulk work. Buildings, rocks, trees, and props. It frames each prefab individually and converts an entire folder into clean 2D sprites with minimal setup. Shadows works a little differently. This is where you configure your contact shadow, but you don't export from here. Once it's set up, the shadow is available to the other export tabs. It's worth mentioning because people naturally go looking for an export button here, and there isn't one. The last two tabs are marked Expert. You'll see the little star. That doesn't mean they're unfinished. They're fully complete. It simply means they expect a little more judgment from you. Particle FX bakes Unity particle systems into animation frames. It's brilliant for bursts, impacts, explosions, and muzzle flashes. It struggles more with effects like rain, fog, or drifting weather because there isn't always a clean looping moment to capture. That's why it's considered an expert tool. It isn't about complexity, it's about knowing what works well. VFX Graph follows exactly the same idea, with one extra requirement. It only becomes available if Unity's Visual Effect Graph package is installed. If the package isn't present, the tab simply lets you know. Install the package and it activates automatically. And that's Snap Studio Pro. Start on the left, move right as your projects become more involved, and lean on the expert tools when the job calls for them. Snap won't make creative decisions for you. It gives you the tools, stays out of your way, and lets you build exactly the assets you need.